Welcome to episode 126 of the Inside Byte. I'm your host, Tim Schaefer. I'm here with my co-host, Rudy. How you doing this week?
Hey, Tim, good. I think it's funny when people are always like, we're recording this now, and for any news that dropped, when like Colin would be like, yeah, they just announced GTA 6, like trying to mess around. Well,
Yeah.
it looks like we actually got something crazy that happened, which is just that.
Yeah, right before recording. I mean, you
before.
just told me 10 minutes prior, and then I just watched it twice in a row, and then we're starting kind of thing now. When did this drop? Like an hour?
I got a text from my buddy at 6:30 saying it's out already. So I don't know.
The earliest I'm seeing on Reddit is an hour ago. So,
oh, you know what? The best way we can know is Rockstar dropped it on their YouTube channel 56 minutes ago. So yeah.
Okay. Now it got leaked. It was the whole thing, right? So it got leaked somewhere, and then Rockstar. I'm seeing that. Let me look. Somebody mentioned why.
The leaked version had like a big watermark on it.
Here it is. For those who didn't see it, the leak was blurry with a big "Buy BTC" overlay on top of the trailer. The Twitter post already had 100,000 views, and then Rockstar themselves released it. Okay. This Reddit's actually pretty funny. Well, a lot of people are saying what I was thinking the entire time. Florida Man Simulator is literally what this game is now. Just the most ridiculous Florida Man shit you're going to see on display that you actually get to play. Which to me sounds amazing.
Yeah, and dude, like those visuals were impressive. And if it wasn't Rockstar, I'd probably be like, is it going to look like that when it comes out? But man, I truly believe, especially the fact that it's coming out in 2025, that it's going to look just like that. It's going to be crazy.
Yeah, I'm just running it back right now. Starts off with the flyover of Miami Beach. It's going into all the Southern Florida stuff with the Everglades. So you're definitely going to be able to like take one of those like big boat fan things around the swamps. So that would be really cool. It is Miami, but it's Vice City and GTA levels. So, and they're keeping the name Vice, which is super cool.
Yep.
Florida Man with gators busting into gas stations, to people like standing on their trucks driving, and just really Florida white trash behavior on display here. And it's amazing. So all the vibes of just Florida going insane. I mean, I was a bit worried because so many people have left, but the tone this trailer leaves in the sense of they're not scared to go places. They're not being like super, weird and PC about things. That's not what's happening. They're clearly showing, and it's in modern times. So we're getting all of the current like crazy TikToks and live leaks and all of that sort of stuff on display. And they're leaning into the whole making fun of social media, which I'm super ecstatic to see.
Yeah, they've always been so good at that. That's what I love about them.
So we finally get to see it in the tech that we use today, because it's been so long since we've had a GTA. And we never got to see the making fun of Twitter. And
tons of stuff.
Yeah. Was Twitter around in GTA 5? I want to say yes, in the very beginnings of it, maybe.
When did Twitter officially launch? 2006. So yeah, it was out for a little while before that.
Yeah. Not by much. But yes, it's a whole other landscape now when it comes to social media. And we finally get to seeing that being made fun of. Yeah, I mean, like you said originally, though, the graphics, yes.
It's crazy.
It doesn't look real life because there's still a style to everything.
Sure.
So it's not one of those things where like, I can't tell if that's real or fake. Like you can tell it's a video game that's stylized, but man, I mean, is this the best visuals we've seen to date kind of, discussion that we have to have here? Because that's a pretty impressive, like draw distance and city looking, like it's hard to say real. I mean, the environment looks very real. But the characters are still super, like, I don't know how they do it. Like, it's like I don't want to say cartoon aesthetic, but
yeah, I don't know, man. It's I'm watching it back again, and it just like the lighting, the facial animations. Like, man, it's just these guys really are the best at what they do. Because Jesus,
The way like muscle behaves and fat on the characters looks very, very, very on
right?
point. Yeah.
Like, there's a shot where the girl's like freaking twerking on the car. I'm like, I've never seen anything like this in a video game
Yes.
before. That
That
actually
was
looks
the
real.
most realistic twerk I've ever seen in a video game.
I just couldn't believe it. It looks so real. It's just crazy. Like I'm watching it back. There's one scene where they show like a profile view of the two. You know, the guy, some Florida man or something's getting chased right by the gas station. And if you pause it, it really does look like a picture or something. It's kind of crazy, honestly. So yeah, it's just nuts. Looks great. But yeah, I see what you're saying though. It still has like a little style to it, you know?
To the point of like destruction derby energy or like playing in mud and going to whatever like thrasher show or whatever. It's very, very, very Florida hillbilly rock and roll insanity. You know, I don't know how to
Hmm.
describe it, but I mean, it definitely looks like Florida. They definitely figured that out nice and good there.
That's for sure.
That's
So yes, I'm
hilarious.
excited about that for sure.
Cool to see Vice City back. I mean, I
Yes.
I'm trying to think. I think that is like what I would say my favorite is because I like the whole. I don't know. I guess no San Andreas. It'd be San Andreas, but Vice City would be like a close second for me. But
Yeah, I love
yeah,
Vice City. I'm excited to get back into it for sure.
yeah, that was cool though. It just I guess we all got it early. Very GTA thing to happen. Let's just say
Yes.
that.
And they're gonna take over the whole internet today, I'm sure.
I'm gonna read a bunch of Reddit things here. So also lots of bikini babes and ass twerkings and jiggling. And then there's an alligator
Yeah.
walking into the store. Yeah, that's Miami, Florida, all right. Yeah. And then so like Florida Man, the video game. Yeah, Florida Man Simulator. Social media seems to play a big part now, which makes sense. GTA is satire of American life, and social media has been way more relevant now than it has in 2013,
Oh yeah.
and that definitely the case there. Very Bonnie and Clyde inspired. Yeah, I saw a bunch of stuff like that. Do 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 do.
I like the two protagonists. I mean, that'll be cool. Cool idea. A guy and a girl.
Already 1.2 million likes in the first 10 minutes, of course, on YouTube.
Yeah.
Captures a lot of the culture of modern Florida. The graphics look beautiful. Holy blank, 2025 is going to be crazy. A huge part of modern Miami culture is social media. I'm surprised I've never once considered that as a gameplay element.
I saw something that said that they're I don't remember the phrasing of it, but they basically it sounds like it's coming by March 2025. So could be the first few months of
Hmm.
2025, which
Yeah,
would
I
be
wonder where you saw that or
I
what.
saw it here. I think it's still right here somewhere. Hold on. They said like there's something to do with their fiscal year or something.
Wow, they really got some of the details of downtown Miami, South Beach down to making it their own. Now, when they do the overshot of Miami Beach, that actually is how that looks to a T. So I'm starting to wonder, are they going to just straight up have the exact location set up the way they actually are and then just rename things? Because that was a straight up shot of Miami Beach from above.
That's
When they
awesome.
show it where you see like the bridges and the beach and then a little more land a little past it and it's a
Right.
high above shot. That's exactly how it looks. So it makes me wonder
That's so cool.
they may be playing to scale here. And
I
maybe
love
that's the
that.
big impressive thing is we actually if we actually got Miami Beach to scale, that would be insane. So it's a possibility. I mean, they that's how
Yeah.
it looks.
Someone commented that that the game was built into their next year earnings report. And initially, before the trailer came out, the guy had said that means it's coming 2024. And then someone else said the financial report goes through March 2025. So that makes sense with their announcement of 2025, I guess. So
Hmm.
yeah, I'm not sure, but that'd be cool if it was the first few months, 2025.
I mean, that'd be really, really neat if they just held off till, a few months before release and then drop.
Right,
I mean,
right.
I love any game to do that.
Oh yeah,
So,
of course. I
yeah,
can
yeah.
definitely wait for this for sure. The way it's looking, so
These graphics look absolutely incredible. The lighting is amazing. The hair physics, the skin
the
shading. This
lighting
really
is
is an
really good. Yeah,
evolution of what they did for Red Dead Redemption 2. Plus, it looks so detailed. Holy crap. Crowd density on the beach looked really nice to me. Will be the most detailed open world ever, heavily leaning into the Instagram influencer culture with those reels and women twerking. Graphically,
yeah.
the most detailed, yes. I hope they add some extra gameplay depth or mechanics to it, though. So people aren't even denying that this may be the best impressive. I mean, it is, right? I've only seen it twice,
Oh
and we just were watching it. So I have to like think, hey, is this technically best in detail here? And yeah. I'm playing it back, and you pause on any frame, nothing's ever been able to look this good.
oh yeah.
And yeah.
I think that it'll be interesting to see because I remember like Red Dead 2, for example, or even GTA 5 leading up to it. It was so exciting, anytime they come out with a new trailer or they do like those deep dives. So over the next, let's say, well, what we're about to be in 2024, let's say, or at least over the course of the next year, a little bit over a year, which is it's a little closer than it sounds, because we're about to be done with 2023. And if it comes at the beginning of 2025, okay, let's say a little over a year, right? I think it'll be interesting to follow their progression, as we go. We're seeing trailers, deep dive, stuff like that. I want to see the mechanics of the shooting, maybe. Like, are they going to work on that a little bit or things like that? So that'll be exciting to follow.
Yep.
Can't
I'm
wait.
a bit surprised about the 2025 dates, given all the talk about Take Two planning for increased revenue and FY24. Either that change or the game will be out at least a little bit before March 31st. That seems to be the end of Take Two's fiscal year. Kind of sad that such a hype moment turned into a random, why did I just get this notification moment just because some weird internet person had to leak something a couple of hours in advance? I disagree with that. I think somehow this makes it even cooler and bigger and more
Yeah.
crazy. The fact that a leak happens and then they post early than just it happened at the normal time, I think it makes a bigger splash when something like that happens.
Yeah. Yeah, they kind of
So,
take control of it again, of the
mhm.
an area about the game. So
And it just causes more interest because it went against the grain of what was going to normally happen. I
right.
think that alone just sparks more interest.
Oh yeah.
Someone born and raised in 23 years in Florida can confirm this is the most Florida thing I've ever seen. There better be copious amounts of Kodak on the radio.
That's awesome.
I know this is a Vice City, but as a 954 native, I'm hoping the map is big enough to branch a bit north. I saw the Everglades.
Oh my god.
Now, yes, I'm actually hoping for that too, of like it not just being Miami Beach. I'm hoping you actually get to go like north a bit and get into all of this, the suburban houses and the crazy like mud pits, Everglades, just getting into, if you ever watch the Boondocks, right?
Mhm.
I want to see some Boondock energy out on display in this game as well, getting outside of just the city. So I think that'd be really, really cool. But they did show bits to where they were like panning over swamps. So it would be amazing if we got like swamp life of just like some hick sitting on his back porch out on the swamp shooting frogs or something. That's what I
Mhm.
need in this game, to just have that perfection, just Florida redneck energy in full effect there. So,
Oh yeah.
all right. Well, I guess let's just get into the news here. Oh, one more thing, because this was a part of the news of talking about what the trailer's going to be. Now we actually got the trailer and all that. Did you see that Halo Infinite new trailer Monday, December 4th, 9
I saw that.
a.m.? What's bad is I still have yet to even watch that.
I know. I
So
didn't even watch that either.
I'm gonna go ahead and pull it up now, and I'll send it to you. And let's just go ahead and watch this real quick.
Okay.
Okay, 7 hours ago. First of all, that thumbnail, I just saw King of the Hill, and I'm already all about it. But let's keep
Yep.
going here. There you go.
What I do know is I jumped into Halo recently, just revisit it, and they have a bunch of Halo 3 maps that they brought back that they remade in Infinite,
I was hearing about
and
that,
it's
and I want to. Yeah.
so cool. I love it. It's so
One of my favorite maps is the one to where it's just the long, narrow bridge.
Narrows. I think
I don't know
is
the
it the one
name
where
of
you can
it.
shoot? Is it the one where you can shoot across from
Yes,
underground? Yes, that's
and
Narrows.
you'll
Yeah.
get those big like energy guns that you can sort of
Yep.
shoot across
Throw
the
it over.
map.
Yep.
Yep,
Yep.
yep, yep.
Okay.
Okay,
What's the trailer? Pretty interesting.
yeah, I'm watching it
Firefight, King of
now.
the Hill. Interesting.
Okay, so all it is just the trailer of the new mode,
Mm-hmm.
Firefight, King of the Hill, which
Yeah,
is cool. I like it. I'll play it.
that is cool.
Okay. No, it's not GTA 6, but
I mean, yeah.
okay. I was like, what the hell are they doing? Anyway, so if you look at the document there, the whole thing is scroll down a bit. It's like the third news item, but they did it
Right.
in the style of GTA 6
I did
soon
see that.
after. They clearly got to be aware of that. So it's like, I guess they're just goofing that hard on it, but I just don't really, I don't know.
They have to 100% be aware of
Well,
what they do.
yeah. It's just more of, do you find that charming or funny? Or I'm just like, I don't know. Anyway, doesn't matter, I guess.
Yeah, who knows, man? Just trying to get in the attention there.
Okay. Sonic the Hedgehog 3 presumes production. Reveals a new look at Shadow. All we got basically is this little screenshot of where you see Shadow's like leg and
Right.
shoes, and just a little director's little. What do they even call those?
Honestly, I can't even think of the name of those things right now. This is cool. I'm excited. I knew Shadow was coming from the end of the second one, so
Yeah, so I
you
don't.
know,
I guess we get to see some of his leg here. I mean, it's,
right. Oh man, like I'm excited. I
hey,
really
there's
enjoyed the
some
first
weird
two.
furries out there that would love such content. So anyway,
Yeah, so you said some furries?
I'm just feet fetish along with some furry, Shadow the Hedgehog. It could excite some people.
Yeah. I remember there were certain moments from the second one that I was like, wow, this is so cool, like straight out of the game. So, now that they're bringing Sonic into it, I'm sure we'll have some more moments like that. So,
Yeah, is this like where's this sit for you with these like Sonic movies of like you're like actually excited or not or whatever? I'd
um,
get kind of like I don't want to say take it or leave it because I'd give it more credit than that. Like it's good,
yeah,
but it's like
yeah,
I don't care that
yeah.
much. I guess you could say maybe 8.
I think when the first one was coming out, I was kind of like, okay, whatever, I'll check it out. Then I watched it and I was like, oh, this is actually like my expectations were so low, and I was like, this is actually not bad. And then I watched the second one and I actually genuinely liked it. So now I'm kind of like a little more into it.
Okay,
So yeah, so I'm looking forward to it.
this I feel is almost.
I
I mean,
did.
it's not as hype as GTA 6, but it's pretty high. If you've seen
I
it,
think it
did
looks
you watch this
really cool.
trailer? Yeah,
I
yeah.
did. Yeah, I think it looks great. I never even played the first one, but anyway, we're talking about Dragon's Dogma 2. Gets a March release date and a new trailer. Capcom held a new showcase for Dragon's Dogma 2, showing off more of the game's fantastical action and release date March 22nd. A new trailer shows off more of the game's story while also offering up new gameplay footage. The trailer showcases the new Trickster vocation alongside new enemies such as the Towering Statue, mythical beasts, and naturally dragons. The Towering Statue thing was so cool. I was like, this is awesome. So and I'm sure I'm not the only one, they won me over with that trailer, and I haven't even played the first one. So I can only imagine that there's plenty of people like that who are like, "Holy crap, what is this?" So yeah, I'm excited. It looks cool. It looks great.
I've played 3 hours of the first one, and I've tried this. I want to say 3, if not 4 times. I've done it a while
Sure.
there of trying to get into it, and it's not like I'm not liking it.
Right.
It just wasn't like fully grabbing me, right? I was like, okay, this
Hmm.
is cool. And I just kind of play for a bit. And then I just kind of like get over it, move on. But I've heard so many people say the beginning, yeah, it's kind of just like slow and a lot of background stuff and nothing really too big sort of happens. You don't really even understand the game till a bit ways in kind of thing. So I'm assuming they're right, and I'm assuming, there's a lot of people that love this game. So clearly there was something there, and maybe I should have just played it longer. You can play the Dark Horizon, I think is what it's called. I don't
Oh
remember
yeah.
exactly. On Steam Deck, it's 60 FPS out of it. So like, I do always think about I should do that, and I think I still do want to do it, and give it another shot and really just try to press through it and see what I can think of it. And because it would be nice if, like, I don't know, I played 10 hours of it, right? I'll give you 10 hours. That's a long time. And if I can like it by then, maybe keep it going and then maybe finish it before 2 comes out because, and
Sure.
maybe we'll have a few months here where we don't have so many big releases and we can spend time playing stuff in our backlog. And that's always been a thing that I have wanted to play through. So
Sure. Sure.
maybe I'll prioritize it a bit here once I get done with whatever games I'm currently playing and try to really give that a real shake because that trailer was incredible. I was really blown away by it. And it
Yeah.
made me think like, I mean, I'm sure even if not as cool as this trailer is giving off, Dracula's Dogma, it's got to be a good game considering how many people say so. And just get me even more ready for the second release and give me something to do. Now, it comes out in March.
Yeah.
So, March
I was happy to
22nd,
see that.
it makes me be like, man, like, how bad is it to just jump into this game as well? It makes me question that because
Yeah.
it is so soon.
I'm
So,
curious.
um, I don't know. I'll look into it. If it actually is playing as like a true sequel, right? And it gets a lot of raving reviews and stuff like that, and I still haven't gotten around to one. Maybe I will just force myself to play one before I play two, kind of deal. But if it's something that okay, it's connected somewhat, not too much, maybe it then won't feel so bad
Sure.
as just jumping into two. So I won't jump into two if one is super important to its story, you know.
That's. I wonder if Let me see. Do you? I know the meme question. Do you need to play
Yeah.
Dragon's Dogma 1 before 2? Let's see what people say. Because by the way, sometimes I don't even trust these answers because I saw someone say
I
you don't
know.
play Alan Wake 1 before Alan Wake 2, and I'm like, listen, could you enjoy the game? Probably, sure, but holy crap, you're missing. The game is confusing purposely. The game is confusing already. It's very cryptic on purpose already. So you're gonna go into without any background knowledge? Like, come on, that would be
No, Alan Wake over anything is all about its story. The story is the most important
right,
part of an Alan Wake
right.
game, and it's a direct sequel, and it counts on you to know all of that knowledge for it to really work. So I do not believe no, but let's say with Dragon Dogmas 2, it's set in a different time, set completely different characters that have no connection to the first game, stuff like that, then yeah, I'm not going to care if it just happens to be the same world state and nothing more. Something like that I can live with. But if we're talking about the exact same characters being played and they're now older, for
Right, that'd be
example,
different.
I wouldn't want that. So it just super depends on some factors there. But I don't know what's even known or not. I mean, the game comes out in a few months, so I would assume we should know if it's actually a direct sequel or not. So
Yeah,
is
I'm trying to look now and not having much luck finding. I mean, because I guess no one really knows the story yet, So yeah, I don't know.
it is called 2, so you think it's a sequel, but like it seems to have same elements of the first game.
Right.
So Dragon Ball Tama 2 sequel.
Alright.
Yeah, there doesn't seem to be an official answer here.
Yeah. Okay. We'll find out.
Okay.
All right.
Anywho, Undertale, Celeste, Untitled Goose Game, and more join Among Us.
So
Crossover
random.
skins are extremely commonplace for in-store games in 2023, and Among Us is no different. Their latest collaborative effort introduced the skins from a list of popular indie games: Undertale, Celeste, A Hat in Time, Crypto the Necromancer, Untitled Goose Game, Alien Hominoid Invasion, and Castle Crashers. The cosmetics from all 7 games will be included in a Cosmic Cube, which can be purchased with 7,000 beans. Crossover includes 25 hats, 18 skins, 12 nameplates, 9 visitors, and 6 pets. You can see a gallery of the featured skins below, which we're not going to get into. The update will also include a series of patches and will notably depreciate 2021's version of the game, pushing players to use updated versions instead. We've been supporting a lot of older versions of the game, and as it continues to grow and get new features, it gets harder with the keep up. We have to remove older versions so we can focus on improving our systems for everyone. Make sure you update your game, and thanks for understanding. First of all, I don't know. I know you're dealing with kids, and they just won't update something, and you may lose a lot of audience if people don't update the game, so you're trying to support all these older versions. I just don't know if I could ever just go through that much of a headache, but if you're making so much money from them, I get it.
Right.
Get it.
Right. I wonder what the audience is like on Among Us right now. Like, is it still really popular, or I
I
don't even
just
know.
threw it in just in case, right? But it's one of those things
Yeah.
I definitely don't care about. My kid doesn't play anymore. He played like last year for a bit there, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
he's fallen off. I don't
Yeah.
know, what's current. Let's see.
I
Among
fell off
Us
of it for sure.
current player base. So they're still at around. So Steam playing right now is 3,000 players. In the last 24 hours, it was 10,000 players. It's a peak.
Okay.
So like 10,000 a day being the peak. That's good,
It's okay for
right?
that game. Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
All right. Just curious.
Yeah.
All right. Well, next up, we did get a first look finally at Amazon Prime's Fallout series. Full disclosure for myself, I haven't really played Fallout, so I'll be curious to hear your opinion as someone who has played it. But just as someone who hasn't played it, I look at the pictures and everything looks interesting. Something I'll check out for sure. How did you feel about it?
Yeah, they just have some screenshots of the show and
Mm-hmm.
figured to show it off here, being like, I mean, it looks super authentic to the series, is basically
Yeah.
my first thought here. Of this is an example of like, doesn't look like of like the Halo show, for example. I'm trying to think of a show to where like they just really are not good at pulling from the source material.
Yeah.
This looks super authentic to the game series, and
Okay.
they look to be in a fantastic job in that department. Now, we can't do anything more with screenshots than talk on that front, because until we actually see,
Right.
like them talking and emotion and what the vision is as a whole of like, I don't know, we need an actual trailer to get a lot of that vibe.
Sure.
But of what they show with these screenshots, I'll say, I mean, it looks pretty phenomenal of what we can
Yeah.
gather here. So
Looks
that's
cool for
cool.
sure.
Now, in no way am I now like super sold on it. Oh, this is gonna be awesome. No, I need more information. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying these look great. That's all I can really do.
Yep.
So
Fair enough. All right.
Destiny 2, the final shape, delayed till June. And I pulled this story from Marcus Stewart over at Game Informer. Following the round of layoffs that recently hit Bungie, it has been reported that Destiny 2's next big expansion, the final shape, has been intentionally delayed to the summer. Bungie has now confirmed that to be the case, and it was originally slated back in February the 27th. Now we're looking at June 4th. Pull from a blog post here. The final shape is the cumulative of the first 10 years of Destiny storytelling, and for Guardians everywhere, countless hours spent together. We want to honor that journey, so we're taking the time, need to deliver an even bigger and bolder vision, one that will hope to be remembered and treasured for years to come. Now, obviously, the bigger thing is you just fired a bunch of people, so obviously you're going to need more time to work on it in compensation to that. So if you would just say that, I
Say
mean,
that, yeah.
instead of trying to give this weird extra fluff of like, oh, we just want more time and we would think players deserve it. Like, no, you just fired a bunch of people and it's going to take more time now. That's kind of obvious. But the delay has caused some changes to the content roadmap. Destiny 2 Season of the Witch begins tomorrow and runs into the final shape launches. Guardian Games has been bumped up to March, with Bungie stating that it will have a refresh focus on the class versus class competition. 3 new PvP maps are slated to arrive in May, which, first of all, like, the PvP is hardly, like, they never add anything to it. So the
Hmm.
few times that I did get into it, I eventually just fell off because it was like I was doing the same things over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, and eventually lost interest. So 3 new maps, that's cool. That doesn't do too much for me to be like, oh, I'm going back and playing Destiny PvP because there's 3 new maps now. So, because that's the only thing I'm really into if I'm ever playing this game. I don't really like doing raids and PvE and all that. I really just like jumping into it for the PvP because, again, this is Bungie and the gunplay is like perfect and it's so much fun to play. But I don't know. It's pretty shallow on the PvP front, though. So I just don't really play it much.
Yeah, they
Um,
could be doing more for sure.
yeah. Destiny 2, the final shape, has been revealed in August and is billed as the conclusion of Destiny's primary storyline that began at the first game launched in 2014. About a month ago, the team laid over 100 employees, reportedly due to decreased player to player engagement and underwhelming pre orders for the final shape as player sentiment reached an all time low. I think it's just a matter of age. I mean, this game's it's been going on for over 10 years at this point. Like it's like
Yeah.
I think most people like have moved on regardless of if the game's good or not. I don't know. I just think it's just like, leave for a bit, come back in a few years. I don't know. People
Yeah.
can't keep playing the same thing every day for a decade.
I think this name is interesting. Like, what's up with the final shape? Like, what does that even mean?
Yeah, I think the name's stupid too. I mean, I get it. It's like the end of it all, and they're trying to shape it up to like a big conclusion, right? And so they
Sure.
think, oh, final
Sure.
shape, but it's just dumb. Bloomberg initially reported on the rumored delay of the final shape, while also stating that Bungie's upcoming extraction shooter Marathon has been pushed to 2025. Marathon's delay has not been officially confirmed by Bungie, nor did it have a release window to begin with. But today's confirmation of the final shape's delay certainly adds weight to Bloomberg's report. So
All right.
that's all the news of the week. I figured we'd continue the Steam library
Keep
thing
going.
and just list the next 10 games.
All right.
So we
Sounds
can
good.
ping pong back and forth like before. The first I have here is A Boy and His Blob. This is an original NES game that they remade back on Wii, and then they've been using that version to drop on like Steam and other things. And I think it's a good game. It's like a few hours long. It's really cute. I think everyone should play it.
Yeah, I've
If
heard about it.
you don't know what it is, it's just, again, literally a boy in his blob, but he can throw like jelly beans at this blob is like this alien creature that like crashed onto Earth that he finds. And he's just a sweet little guy kind of thing. And you can throw jelly beans at him and he'll change shapes to like a trampoline for you. So you could like jump over a platform and gap that you normally couldn't do.
That's
Or
cool.
like create like a little hole in the ground so you could fall through the hole to reach like a lower part of the level. Stuff like that. It's just this thing will transform. You can use them as like a parachute to like glide from a platform to a lower platform across a big gap, stuff like that. So it's just a platforming game, but you use this blob alien creature to turn into different things for you to platform to the next stuff to get around enemies or potentially even kill enemies. Let's say you could create a hole in a platform to have them fall to their death, kind of thing, so you can continue on, stuff like that. So I really like it. It's very cute, and their style I think is incredible. And I think people should play it. Like it's a
All
solid
right.
like 8 for me, like 8 out of 10 kind of game, and it only is like I don't know 3 or 4 hours.
All right. I got American Fugitive. This is a game that someone had told me about a while ago, and I remember getting it like I think it was super cheap or it was in a humble bundle or something. And I was gonna play it, and I just never got around to playing it. But it looks cool. I was interested,
I
curious.
mean, what exactly is it? Like, what do you
Um,
do in the game?
if I
Like,
remember correctly, hold on, I don't want to be wrong. If I remember correctly, it was a top-down kind of shooter thing. Let me see. Hold on. Yeah. Yep, I remember now. Okay, yeah. Honestly, kind of like Grand Theft Auto a little bit, but it's like an isometric shooter kind of thing. It's like that.
like GTA 1 or 2, like the old school
Yeah, maybe
GTA's.
closer to that. Yep.
Yeah, because I'm seeing it
But
here, and that's what it looks like. It looks like better graphics than what would be in GTA 1 or 2 back in that day,
right,
but that exact
right,
style, maybe like Hotline Miami, something like that.
exactly. Yep.
But it's like 3D assets.
Just do two because my next two go together. Actually, so do your two, pretty much. It seems.
So yeah, my next two are just Audio Surf 1 and 2. They're great music rhythm games. If you've never played them, they're on Steam. I mean, I've been playing them since I was like a teenager, I want to say. And what it'll do is it was just any songs on your computer. You could like scan your computer, pick up all the songs, and be able to like play them in the game. Or you can just search with their music browser and find just tons of stuff. A lot of licensed stuff up there of just different songs you can play to. Think like like Guitar Hero or something like that. But it's a very unique gameplay element that I haven't seen other games do. Kind of thing
Gotcha.
of how the mechanics work and how you go through the levels of whatever song. Um,
Okay, that is
but
cool.
I love them a lot. I mean, I hardly don't ever talk about it anymore, bring it up just because I don't know. It's something I've done in the background since again I was like maybe
Sure.
16 years old. So
Is it? Can you upload your own music or anything on
you could
PC?
yeah, you can upload your own music or you can just I want to say you can integrate like a Spotify into it and then play from that, or you can just search on the game itself and they just have tons of hundreds of thousands of licensed music on there that you can just play with
That's
for
awesome.
whatever tracks.
Very cool. All right.
And you can like compete against your friends and stuff like that with it.
Right.
It's
Right. Right. Okay.
it's a great rhythm game. I like it a lot. It plays
Well,
like that Thumper game.
Thumper.
Um
Okay.
and the way I mean it's not trying to be that intense, but it's going down a long narrow like track and you're just selecting notes along the track and
Right.
it's
Right.
sort
Right.
of like
Okay.
flying like that. I don't know.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. I've got Amnesia: Machine for Pigs and Amnesia: The Dark Descent. I played Amnesia: The Dark Descent. I really liked it. I thought it had some really, really unique mechanics, some interesting stuff going on. I didn't play A Machine for Pigs, although I did have it just because I wanted to continue. But yeah, I never got around to the sequel. But I'd say the first one was really good. And I know that they came out with like not that long ago, I want to say, and they came out with another one, didn't they? It was like Rebirth or something like that. I can't remember.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but yeah, no, good games.
It was in my list last week and you were mentioning, yeah, they just came out with the new one and I still haven't
Hmm.
looked it up, but I've never actually played any of these. So
Yeah, first one was good. That's all. That's
yeah.
the one I can speak for sure.
Real quick too, you really should. I downloaded Audio Surf 2 on my Steam Deck, and it's something I
Yeah.
play on there. And I just
Okay.
never think about it because it's so like automatic with me, and I don't know. But I really like. Now I'm thinking about it. I would highly recommend that you just download it and give it a shot. I can't
Yeah,
see you
maybe I
not
will.
liking it. It's a really cool Steam Deck game. So anyhow,
I might have to check that out.
so Awesome Knots is what I have next here. Have you ever played this game?
I have
Um,
not.
I really like it. I'm more just curious if the player base is just not existent anymore. Because if there is a player base, I would play it, but it's quite old at this point. I would let's see if we
Hmm.
can find an answer for this. Awesome Knots. Steam player base. Yeah, see, there's only 30 people playing it right now. That's what I figured. But I don't know. I had a lot of fun memories with this game. This was just I want to say it was like $5 on Steam, like a long time ago, like 10 years ago or something like that, and eventually just became free. But it's think like 2D platformer, but how do we put this here? I guess like tower defense, but you're not like building objects. Like it's like 5 players versus 5 players. You go to their side and you try to destroy their stuff. And then if you destroy it all, whatever team destroys the other team's stuff first wins, kind of thing. And it's split between like left side of the map, right side of the map. Once you get on the right side of the map, if you start from the left, you know what I mean? You have to destroy like 2 or 3 different towers and destroy their main tower, kind of thing. But you're running around as the actual character with like each character has their own types of guns or attacks that they're using. And then so you're just trying to like, once you're on their side, you know, there'll be people shooting at you, attacking you, or whatever. So you can like kill them and get kills, which also turn into points that help you out. Or try to like stealth your way to a tower and destroy it, kind of thing. But it was a really, you know, fun game. I used to play it a lot, but again, I can only play a game for so long before I just want to move on to something else. So it's nothing that I'm going to sit here and play 10 years later, you know.
Sure.
But it's a good game.
Okay. Anyway. Very cool. All right. Well, I have Among Us next up. Obviously, we know what that is, so not much to say there.
I never got into the Among Us, like playing it a lot, but I have a few friends that like got into it for a good like 6 months to a year, kind of thing.
Yeah, that was me. I got way into it. I really thought it was a lot of fun for a while. You know, really cool concept, cool idea. Then we kind of like stopped playing for a bit, and then we came back later, and they had added so much to it that they kind of like, I don't know, they were making it not as good in my opinion anymore.
Okay.
So I kind of was over it.
All right. Back to bed. I have no idea what this even is. So I'm going to look it up. Now, knowing me, maybe I bought this because maybe it's one of those things to where like you're trying to like stay awake and do stuff without your mom finding out. And then maybe she catches you and like you have to go back to bed, but you have to try to like figure out how to not get caught by your parents. But let me see here. Nope, that is not what this is. What the hell is this? I mean, it's mostly positive. Well, actually, recent reviews are very positive.
Okay.
On Steam. It looks cool. I still don't really get what it is, though. It's like a isometric puzzle game, but the characters move like it was like Acrodome or something like that on like PSP or something. That was some like PlayStation game where you could just walk on different perspectives, like vertically against the wall or walking normal again. And it like you're just walking through platforms and it's playing with your perspective of like abstract, like what's the wall and what's the floor and what's the ceiling, whatever. And you're just going through all these different like walking environments. Anyway,
right.
Okay, I need to maybe download this, play it on my Steam Deck. It actually looks neat. I've never actually seen this before. Anyway.
All right, well, this is a good activity to discover new games that are sitting in our library. Let's see. I have Ancestors Legacy next up. Oh boy. I have no idea what this game is. This looks like it looks kind of like a real-time strategy game or something. Like the objective is destroy the enemy garrison in the north. You know, these two characters must survive. It looks like either real-time strategy or like a tactical strategy.
No, this is totally an RTS. Yeah, I'm watching gameplay footage of this. It's basically like Company Heroes or something like that.
All right. I mean, hey, looks like interesting. It's got good ratings. I don't know.
Okay. So, yeah. Okay. Next one here, Bang Bang Racing. Have yet to play it. I know what this is. It's like just top-down racer. And it's supposed to be really fun. It's something I just have to like force myself to just download and try it on my Steam Deck and see what I think. and just never got
Okay.
around to it.
All right. And I have next up Archage, something
I
like
know what
that.
this is. I actually
I
used to
don't
play
know this.
this. I used to play this a lot. This was an MMO I used to be really into. I didn't have it through Steam. I just got it through their actual like client outside of Steam. That was
Oh,
definitely a time and place thing for me there. It was about a year and a half. I was really into it.
okay, interesting. All right.
It's just one. I think it was the best looking MMO RPG at the time of release of like of a graphical showcase kind of thing. But I don't know. I just got tired of it.
Right, right. Okay, fair enough.
All right, Batman: Arkham Asylum Game of the Year edition. This is my favorite one of the series, and just the OG one there because it's the most like Metroidvania, Hollow Knight or something. But think of like when you play like Metroid Prime on GameCube, that it's technically Metroidvania, it just happens to be in 3D. Batman Arkham Asylum is definitely, I feel, very much in that vein of like backtracking to older spots, but finding like new ways to like bust open a wall or something like that, and continue on finding all these secrets and cool boss fights and stuff. And I've classic, everyone knows it. I love it. I don't know, even rating, I would throw a good old 9 at her. I don't know if I ever thought of any of the Batman games as quite like 10 out of 10 material, but a solid 9.
I honestly am still mad at myself that I haven't. I was playing Arkham Asylum. I was liking it, it was fine. And I don't know, just got busy with other games, never ended up finishing that one. So still got to do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, it's definitely worth it. And then all right. You have those two art games. Do you ever play them?
Yeah, I have not. Ark Survival Evolved and Ark Survival of the Fittest. I've seen a lot of videos on them, never played them. So don't have much to say about that.
I've never played it. I felt like it. I don't know. It just doesn't seem like what something I'd be. I'm just not into survival games or like gathering and all
Hmm.
that. It's just nothing I
Yep.
really play.
Yeah, not my thing really.
Okay, and then Battleborn. I was a big component of this game. I actually really, really liked it at release. Liked it a lot actually, and I would have totally kept playing if it kept staying alive, but it died, and the player base just became way too small, and eventually just fell off because of that. But I always
Right.
thought it was good. It's basically think like Overwatch, but made by the people who do Borderlands.
Right, right, right. Armor of Heroes, which I'm trying to look it up. I can't figure out what this game even is, really. Armor of Heroes gameplay. Let's see. It looks really low
It looks
budget.
like a really cheap version of Company of Heroes, and it looks like they're like copying them and
Yeah.
making a very budget version of it.
I don't even know why this game is in my library, but okay.
Yeah, it looks pretty cheap and
Yeah,
bad.
not great.
Okay, and then yeah, Battlefield 2 and Battlefield Bad Company 2. Either one of those, actually, that's what I was go back to if somebody were to ask me like, what's my favorite Battlefield game? It's either Battlefield 2 or it's Battlefield Bad Company 2. Bad Company 2 was the bee's knees because it was very
Oh yeah,
much a like squad based game of like up to 4 players.
a good
And
one.
it was like one of the first games where that was just like a huge component of it. It's like you and 3 other friends squatting up and then just trying to take out every other squad on the map and become the top dog kind of deal. And super enjoyed it. One
Yep.
of my favorite Battlefield experiences.
My last one, Armored Core 6, Fires of Rubicon. I did play this game. I really enjoyed it. I think it's very underrated. I mean, it didn't really get any recognition at the end of the year in this Game Awards and all that. So yeah, great game.
Did you
Really,
finish
really
it?
good. I did. I
Okay.
really got into it, and
What's your final verdict here? Just throwing a number
uh
at it.
I'd probably give it a 9 out of 10 only because, and I know this is not even that important really, but I just didn't care for like the story, what was going on with the characters and all that. And I know some people do really like it. Myself personally, I didn't really care for it, but man, the gameplay is so
Let's say they
good.
didn't have it at all, and let's say they didn't have those little like bits of dialogue, and they just cut from mission,
Yeah.
mission, 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 mission. Would that have done any? Like, that would have helped, or no?
Probably, yeah, I would think so. Just because it was just It was just something that I didn't feel was even necessary, really.
Okay.
Again, very small gripe,
Yeah.
and I wouldn't take a whole point just for that, but also like there's little things here and there, little mechanics that I wish like they're really good mechanics, but I wish they had done this little extra little thing here that would have made it even better. Or, little things like that. But honestly, very, very small gripes. I think the game is super good. I think once you start customizing and mixing and matching weapons and different parts, it gets so much better. And then the arena has like these battles that you do against these NPC mechs, which I thought was really, really enjoyable, very fun, very challenging. So yeah, man, I think it's great. And they even have PvP in the game, which I didn't actually end up trying, but it's supposed to be pretty good. So
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Yep.
never did either. But, yeah.
Awesome game, man. Really liked it.
Okay. All right, let's get into what we're watching, what we're playing.
All right. So both to you and Dave, I had to. So here's the thing. I bought Super Mario RPG just on a whim, like randomly. I was like, all right, I kind of want a new game on my Switch. Now, I'm only just now fighting the second boss, I think. I'm getting the second star.
Which is the mine stuff? No, that's the third one. What's the second one?
I
The
I was
forest?
I just met the guy.
Gino?
Oh my god, Gino. I just met
Yeah,
Gino.
you met Gino and then fought that boss with the guy shooting the arrows.
Yeah, I'm about to fight him right now. That's where
Oh,
I
okay,
am.
okay, okay.
Okay, so I guess when I bought the game, the way that everyone had talked about the game, I guess I was like having pretty high expectations, right? And now I'm not saying that I don't like this game. I do like it. I think it's fun. But I guess it's not really like really blowing me away or anything yet, you know? And I understand it's a game that came out a long time ago. It's kind of, very basic. That's fine. But I did feel that way at first. I had to be honest about it. Just kind of was like, okay, this is all right. But obviously I'm gonna
Yeah,
keep
but
playing
well,
it.
I
And
want you to be like honest and actually say these things. I'd much rather hear them. But yes, the way I was thinking about this game wasn't that. I wasn't thinking it was, oh, it's just nostalgia. I was thinking, man, this is a lot better than what I remember.
right,
And
right.
oh, cool. This is actually definitely holds true on the way it's funny writing is and the way its world building is and the
Yes.
way it's like
The funny
the
writing
way
is
it's sort
definitely
of
there.
set up and the way I don't know. I've been pleasantly surprised in the opposite manner the entire
Yep.
time. But
Yep.
yeah, I would love to hear on the other level of like that's weird to me that you would be like I was expecting a lot more, but I'm curious
Yeah. Yeah, and
how exactly. I don't know.
it's definitely not like clearly for example, last night I was playing the game for a while, for a few, like, 2 hours, and I didn't want to stop. Clearly the game does some things that I really like. I guess, and again, I'm not even that far, I'm a few hours in. But I guess I was looking for, like, first of all, the dialogue and the writing I really like. Although I haven't had that much dialogue yet where I'm like really like cracking up or whatever. There was some things that really did genuinely make me laugh out loud though. And the battling is pretty interesting. It's pretty basic so far. I don't know if it will get more than that or not, but
How
I like the
many
whole.
like when you do the combo of like the blocking and attacking, can
Yeah.
you do you block most of the hits? Like are you
Oh
getting
yeah.
high chains and stuff like that?
Oh yeah, I'm getting high chains. Like
Okay.
I do it every time. I love doing it,
Okay,
you
okay.
know. And then like the battles, the random. I understand they're not necessarily random because you run into the enemies,
Yeah.
but my brain doesn't let me just go by them. I'm like, oh, I got to fight all these guys, and then I get into like a battle with the freaking mushroom guy. He turns you into a mushroom, and you don't have any threat of actually being killed, but it just takes a while because you got to sit there, wait to not become a mushroom, whatever. So I got to put on certain items and things like that, but I will say, I do think the game is fun. I'm loving just leveling my guy, making him super strong, making Mario strong. I think the writing's really good. I just feel like I'm kind of doing a lot of the same things over and over. But again, I'm just kind of, I don't know. It's weird coming from the point of never having played it. I know you guys have played it, so by comparison, you think it's way better. Um, I don't know. I gotta
Yeah,
put more time into it. You know?
maybe once you beat it and then can reflect
Yeah.
back, and then maybe that's what it takes. I don't know. Yeah,
If
I'm curious.
if I had to, and of course I wouldn't ever rate it right now, but let's just say I had to rate it right now. What I've played so far, I'd probably give it like a 7.5 or something. You know?
Yeah,
And I definitely expect that mainline Mario game, I'm gonna come away with a higher score than that. You know?
because it's
So
making me wonder, like, am I just blind to the nostalgia at this
no,
point?
I don't think
Because when
so
I'm
because
playing, I'm smiling ear to ear,
yeah,
being like, "Oh my
yeah,
god, this is incredible!" And I'm thinking that the entire time I'm playing. I've
right, right,
never
right.
once not like I'm like flying high, super high the entire time I'm playing,
No,
thinking I could be
I
having a
don't
better
think
time.
so.
But
I don't think so because
is
you're
it only because I'm thinking back of playing the Super Nintendo game and the game's just kind of whatever, and I'm just I fall victim to the nostalgia, and
no,
it
I
makes
don't
me
think so
question
because
that.
I've talked to a few people that I trust their opinions on video games, like yourself, Dave, and I have one other friend, and all three of you guys are saying the same thing. So I don't think it's a case of just nostalgia. It just might not be, my thing yet, but I love games like this typically. So again, I got to put more time into it. Who knows? I might be here next week being like, oh man, I did a 180. I don't know. I
Yeah.
guess we'll have to
Okay.
see. So yeah, I'm playing that. I'm gonna play
Now
some
I
more
do
tonight.
know the story incredibly well, and when I think about all of the moments in the game,
Yeah.
only two things that have happened to you so far is even things I remember. One, I
Okay.
always remember the bit of like me not even having a fun time, but obsessing over trying to get all the stupid coins when you're falling from the waterfall,
Oh
so I could
yeah.
just buy some
Yeah.
stupid frog coins. And I
Yep.
remember
Yep.
not liking doing that, but I remember obsessing over being like, no, I can do better and rerunning that back or whatever like that. I remember that bit. I remember how cool I thought the underground area with
Oh
with
yeah.
the water of just how the environment and the ghosts and stuff. I don't know. I just really liked
Yep.
the vibe of that area a lot, and I thought
No,
the
that's cool.
boss was super cool with like the big round yellow thing with his tongue and all that. I thought that was a
Yep.
really cool design, and so like stuff like that. I'm thinking, but all of the big like oh my god this is so awesome moments have yet to happen with you, so maybe that's
Right.
all it is because you have
Yeah.
yet to
Yeah.
like meet Ballister or Peach or
Right.
get to
Right.
see
Yeah.
like
No,
yeah
I'm gonna get there. From what I understand, it's not a very long game, so I'm gonna keep playing
yeah
tonight and get there. So yeah. Otherwise, I'm still playing Alan Wake 2. Honestly, the thing with Alan Wake 2 is I love the game so much, but okay, tonight is a perfect example, right? After I finish with the podcast with you here, I might have like 45 minutes to play something, right? And when I think of that, I'm like, I don't want to play Alan Wake right now because I'm gonna go to my computer, I'm gonna sit in front of it, put the headphones on. There's a lot of real heavy stuff going on. It's dark, it's creepy. I'm piecing together this mystery. Do I really want to try to do all that in 45 minutes? I feel like when I play Alan Wake, I need to sit down for a while and really take it all in because the way I play that game is I look at everything, I look at the environment, I listen to the songs at the end. You know what I mean? Like, meanwhile, Paper Mario, Super Mario RPG, I'm just gonna turn it on right here and I'm gonna turn on the TV and just play it. So it's like I'm loving the game so much, but it's a commitment, because the game is so good to me that I feel like I need to be 100% invested, if that makes sense, whenever I play it.
well I'm doing the exact same thing you. I haven't
Yeah,
played it last week during this whole week because of that. I just haven't
yeah,
had enough time. I only get these like small pockets of like an hour,
right,
and I don't want to do that Alan Wake because I'm gonna take half that time just remembering what took
right,
place
right, exactly,
and
exactly.
not make any progress and then dip back out. And I'm just like, well, like yeah. So I just been playing Super Mario RPG on my Switch in bed, kind of thing, just
Yeah,
because I just get little windows there and it's a lot easier. So yeah,
right.
I do.
And
I'm doing the same thing.
the game can definitely be a little difficult at times with like knowing where to go at times. Sometimes I get like a little confused when I'm be exploring or, find this thing. It's like very vague. And I'm not complaining about it. I'm fine with it, but it takes time for me to figure out sometimes. So I'm on the second, I'm about to be at the end of the second chapter with Alan, the first time you play with him,
Okay.
where I'm in like the subway station and I'm piecing together, all that.
Yeah.
I'm just about there. So I'm excited to go back to Saga again. Not that I don't like playing with Alan, but I've been playing with him for 2 chapters, so it'll be cool to switch it back up again, you know? So yeah, I'm definitely loving the game. I think the game is so good. I have my little complaints with like the combat. I think it's so much better than the first one, but it still kind of
It's
catch
still
like I'm
not
kind of
that
confused
great.
at times. It's still
Yeah.
not that great. You know, you shine the light at them, you're like, wait, can I hit them now? Can I not? I'm not sure. Or like the fact that you press the flashlight and it burns the meter no matter what. Like, why not just keep the old way? The old way was great, where you just had it on them, it would hurt them a little bit, and then you intensify the shine, does more. Perfect. Why do we have to change that? I don't know why they decided to change that up, you know?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
but again, very very minor nitpicks. The game is so good. So yeah, and the only reason I didn't put Zelda on here is just because I haven't played this week. But I have been back into Zelda. I'm back in. I went to the Gerudo town. I'm doing like the main line there. So
Okay, cool.
yeah, and that's that for this week for me.
So, have you gotten to the fire temple yet?
No, I only did the shoot. What
Like
was it? Was that
basically you
the
did the
Wind
wind
Temple?
temple. Yeah,
I
yeah.
did the Wind
So
Temple.
the Goron stuff leads into the fire temple. Okay.
Okay. I've done the Wind Temple. I've done a ton of shrines, bunch of side quests, and now I'm on the
Where
Gerudo.
the fire temple is and how it works is one of my favorite bits of this
Oh,
game.
cool.
Yeah, yeah, I really
Yeah,
love.
I think after I beat Super Mario RPG, I'm gonna go back to it because again, I mean the way I'm playing Super Mario RPG so far, I think I put like 2 hours in yesterday, so I'm definitely gonna be, you know, flying through it pretty quick, I would say.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, apparently it's only 10 hours long. Now, I never thought that. And to be honest, I'm already 6 or 7, if not 8 hours in, and I'm not even halfway through the game. But maybe that's just me being super slow, taking my
um,
time like usual. So,
so now that you mentioned that, I looked when I was gonna buy the game. I was curious how long it was, and I noticed that the original is far longer than the new one. I don't know if they cut out a bunch of extra stuff
they
or
don't. It's the exact same material. That's why I'm confused why people
hmm.
keep saying
It's
like 10
six.
hours.
It's on average. It's 6 hours shorter. So I'm wondering.
Hmm.
Let me see.
Maybe
Why
people are
is
just
the remake shorter than original? Let's see.
I mean, I know it's not shorter, but maybe just the way the gameplay flow, like maybe it's quicker on
Yeah,
like battles or something.
yeah.
You know
Okay,
what I
there are
mean?
a bunch of quality of life improvements in this remake that make the whole experience much faster.
Okay.
Little things like equipping armor you just bought in the shop, being able to swap out party members mid battle, fast travel on the overworld map, splash damage for perfect action commands. Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. It's just because of things being improved, so things act
But
quicker.
man, to cut off that much time, jeez.
Yeah.
You
I
can hit
don't know.
all enemies in the screen for 1/4 damage if you time your physical attacks just right. I could see that taking a lot of time away because you're killing the enemies way faster, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
But they said same game, they didn't cut anything, but yeah, those changes. Interesting. And fast travel via the map. All right, well, I'm gonna keep going. It's 7 stars you get, right, in the game?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So I just finished Scott Pilgrim Takes Off. So literally last night, I just finished the last episode. And yeah, I take back what I was saying. I love it
Okay.
now. So yes, they definitely completely different direction. And I can't spoil anything, but they actually explain why throughout the anime in a really, really, really cool sort of meta way that I would usually be rolling my eyes at, but the way they handle it was just way too good. Of referencing the original movie, but this also taking place. It's not some weird metaverse thing, but it's just the way, like, how can I put it here? Even if it doesn't make sense, they'll make it make sense in the anime, but during the anime, basically a big shift changes and changes the whole story of the movie. So in the anime, they have somebody who just apparently wrote the script for the movie, and so you'll have the script of the movie inside the anime, being Let's Scott Pilgrim versus the World or whatever like that, and then you
Mm-hmm.
have them trying to like shoot the movie that the movie actually is inside of the anime. And then a bunch of things happens all around that. But the anime is continuing to take place, and completely different events are taking place while the movie is getting shot with inside the anime. It's pretty like weird layers there. But I mean, all the actors, actresses are there. They throw insanely good references to other like games. So like one of the bands in Scott Pilgrim vs. the World is Clash of Demon Head, which is an NES game. Well, in the anime, there's another band that gets created later on, and it's called something with Twin B, which Twin B is like an NES shooter or whatever like that.
Okay.
So like they're always referencing all of these video game references or pop culture references throughout it, but doing it in a really cool, clever Easter egg way. Things that I really appreciate, just like the movie did, but the anime can take it much further because it's animated, obviously. And then so each episode has its own like theme to it. So one of the episodes, it's the character Lucas Lee, which is the guy who plays Captain America. What's his name?
Chris Evans.
Yes. He's actually in most of the episodes quite a bit. He's actually a pretty prominent character throughout the anime and really funny at that. So he plays this very like whatever skater guy, but he plays a really good, I guess, loser that just constantly keeps getting super lucky in really funny comedic ways. So that's I don't know. It's really, really fun to watch, and I
Okay.
absolutely loved it. And so yeah, to me it's just like, man, flying real high on just like everything I could possibly want of coming back of like Super Mario RPG to like Zelda popping off really hard to Scott Pilgrim, one of my favorite movies, releasing this anime that was phenomenal. So it's just like all the stuff I'm loving is like popping off real hard, and I'm super happy with the Scott Pilgrim Takes Off anime for sure. So
That's great. All right.
9.5 kind of level if I had to throw a number at it. Really, really loved it. So
Awesome.
the ending, if anyone ever watched the latest Dragon Ball Super game or Dragon Ball Super 3D movie that it came out like a year or two back with like basically Cell stuff. Anyway, for some reason, I really think they were referencing that movie with the last episode of Scott Pilgrim. It just where the environment was, where the fight was taking place, and all that, and just the color schemes and stuff. I don't know. It really feels like they were referencing that. So if not, I was totally missing the reference there. But it makes me want to look into it because I really feel that's what it's pulling from. Anyway,
Right. Okay.
let's get on to New Game Watch and we'll get out of here.
All right.
So here we are, Avatar Frontiers of Pandora. All platforms but Switch, December 7th. I really wonder what that's going to do. Like, is there reviews of this thing already? Because that's pretty close to being out. And I'm just not expecting that, like, is this serious? Like a Ubisoft open world Avatar game?
I
And it's
don't.
like
I
nobody's
think it
talking
is.
about it? No, I know
No
it
one's
is, but it's
talking
just
about
like, is it just going to immediately flop or?
Oh man. Well, no one's saying a word about it from what I can tell. So.
Let's see. Here we go. Mr. Matty plays a day ago. He put up a video of him playing it. I'm just going to do the usual skip to the end and see the basic bits here because I know people love it when you do that. I found one here with IGN basically says something like it's what they expected and they're a little tired of the approach. So it looks to just be another like typical Ubisoft formula, but just an Avatar world, which I don't know. I guess that couldn't be too bad. I could see a lot of people liking that. I'm not going to care though.
Yeah.
But, okay. Anyway, Lego Brick Tales on the Oculus Quest, December 7th. Outer Wilds on Switch, December 7th. Terminator Dark Fate Defiance, PC, December 7th. The day before, December 7th on PC. Plumbers Don't Wear Ties, Definitive Edition. That's all platforms, December 8th. I know what that is. That's that. One of Angry Video Game Nerd's probably most popular videos is on that. Resident Evil 4 Remake PlayStation VR 2, December 8th. Bear and Breakfast, PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, December 12th. Hammerwatch 2. I used to play the first Hammerwatch on Switch. It was one of the games that like group of friends together, and it's like top down. One of those where you just trying to think of almost like Gauntlet like or something.
Oh yeah.
PlayStation 5, Switch, December 12th, and then SpongeBob SquarePants: The Cosmic Shake, iOS and Android, December 12th. That will do it.
Alrighty. Another episode in the books.
See y'all later.
Later.